If you forsake the assembly, if you don't come to the assembly, in the Bible, it is a mark that you're not saved, that you never really believe.
So, what that man is saying has been preached in church organizations for as long as I can remember. I'm 57 years old, and I can remember 35 years ago hearing that coming from the pulpit, where the verse he's alluding to is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25, which has nothing to do with people coming to the local organized church. So here's the verse that he's alluding to, and the verse that they teach this false doctrine out of in Hebrews chapter 10, where there actually is a lot to unpack here, where we're considering the Devar translation, who has maintained a very consistent pattern of precise words, where we read that not as ones having internally left down. This is a very important key word found in other Bible verses to help to clarify what is the context. Are being led on in the superposition together, according as it is the custom of some, but for this cause, beside calling one another, and so much more as you look, see the day coming near. The day coming near. Okay? Why do pastors and preachers who allude to this verse as if it refers to us coming to the church not talk about what is the day here? Because the context is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 4, concerning the seventh day. And God down reposed in the seventh day away from all his work, which is the Sabbath. Okay? And Christ is our Sabbath rest. And all who will come into his completion, his body, the right hand, are termed the Sabaoth, where we find this word twice here in Romans 9:29 and also James chapter 5, verse 4. The Lord of Sabaoth, which simply is the completion of the right hand, which the context of the internally left down here, sound familiar? We just read that in Hebrews 10:25. Those internally leaving down and not coming into this are the seed of under remnant Israel. Okay? Verse 27. Under remnant Israel. Under the footstool of the repose of the feet of the body, who are the last to come into the right hand in the last days. Namely, the sheep at the right, who those of the left named are cut off from the allotment of Christ. So this is the context of the day. Right? It's the Sabaoth of completion of Christ's right hand, where the ones who will be having in left down, the same en katalipo word we read in Romans 9:27, are not coming into the being led on together. The led on here is the superposition, where in Mark 13:27, the angels are being dispatched, Hebrews 1:14, who are the angels of the officiating spirits, all who have come into the wedding feasts from the rise first of 1 Thessalonians 4:16 and the rise and the thereafter, midnight, second order, where here those who are now being led on together will come into the completion of the right hand last, who are the outchosen ones, or again, those having en katalipo, the being led on together, are cut off from the right hand. This is the context here. So those so-called forsaking the assembly are the left named seed of under remnant Israel, where these being led on who come in to the down repose will do so at the cock's voice here. Completion of the third watch time, where then the left named are into the last leg of judgment, which is the parabolic fourth watch time of the night, the day of the Lord, the judgment of the left, as we come into a new heavens and a new earth, which the right hand will have come into the completion, including those who will not forsake the assembling of themselves to the completion of Christ's body, where these will. And where we find en katalipo in Hebrews 10:25, we find also in all of these verses, including Psalms 22:2, my El, why have you left me far from my salvation? Are the words of my roaring, the words of the roaring of the left named, who forfeit the allotment in the heightening into Christ's right hand. And Christ, when he quoted this verse, he was crying out what they will be crying out, which the hour of the day, because Christ was a son of the day, was 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock p.m., which is the 9th hour of the day. And we, as sons of the day, would be contrasted with sons of the night, which the parallel to the 9th hour concerning the hours of the night is cock's voice, 3 a.m., where again, when the right hand is completed and the left name are cut off into the fourth watch time, they're crying out what Jesus is quoting in Psalms 22, who forsaken the assembling of themselves into the completion of Christ's Sabaoth. All of the sons of God who will be completed and be heightened into the allotment of the heavenly on regency of God, where they will be internally left down as the seed of under remnant Israel, where in the new heavens and earth so will stand your seed and your name. Matthew 25:41, the left named, where this is the judgment of the fourth watch time, but this is the outcome of the judgment. Hence, we should be made to fear lest at any time, the promise having been left to come into his down repose, anyone out of you may deem to have lacked this. Hence, not as ones having internally left down, our being led on together. Has nothing to do with forsaking the assembling into the service of the organized church. Has a much, much, much deeper context.